What's up, y'all? Talon here, and today we're going to be using a really high-level team on the Pokemon Showdown ladder. This team was piloted by Leonard Craft III to a 4th place finish at the Indianapolis Regionals. You can see it right here. 2k and 130 CP, not too bad, and it looks like a pretty standard Calyrex-Ice team, but it has a lot of really cool things on it, most notably a max speed Incineroar. So bad news if you wanted to run any Pokemon under 123 stat, those EVs on your Rillaboom are now wasted, you gotta outspeed it, so yeah. Thanks for that, Leonard and Nick. Nick Borghi, also one of the architects of the team, who took it to the Indianapolis Regional. It also has a very cool Farigiraf with Uproar, which has some interesting mechanics. I'll actually send you over to this video hosted by CK49. Adi, definitely subscribe to his channel for sure, where he interviews Nick and Leonard on the team, and they go over Uproar mechanics, and it's kind of interesting. I'll let them explain it, and then maybe we'll see some of them in the battle. But beyond that, it is a Focus Sash Amoonguss, so guaranteeing you're taking at least one hit and getting a Rage Powder or a Spore off because of it. Also Clear Smog. Lots of really interesting choices on this team. I'm excited to take it to the best of 3 ladder today. Get some reps in for you guys to watch and maybe learn a little bit from the replays. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, please let me know in the comment below. Let me know if there's any specific team you want to see from me in the future. And yeah, with all that being said, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe and let's get into the battles now. Okay, up against Rajan's team, I'm not actually sure. I imagine Leonard played him and lost in finals just statistically throughout that tournament. That kind of feels like every opponent that played in day 2 just kind of like played up against this team and got bodied. So the problem is they can lead, I think Rajan said he just led Discharge plus Hyper Voice and there was no counterplay, and this team doesn't have great spread move counterplay, truthfully. Okay, I guess I can set up Trick Room with Farigiraf kinda in front of the Ursaluna with Terra Dragon, but they also can just burn their Terra that way. I'll try some stuff. We'll try and make it work. So they go in there, which is a good lead, kinda. Does Terra Dragon Volt Switch just knock me out? Maybe. I'm counting on it. Terra Dragon. What? I shoulda U-turned. You naughty dog. Okay, so on the bright side, we burn their Terra and now they kind of lose to some stuff, but also stopping them from getting the... this up is going to be tricky. Glacial Lance. I could close combat, but I think I need some damage. They can also foul play with near impunity. Are they going to go for that? It's so safe too, though, right? Foul play is so much safer, is the thing. I'm going to go for Helping Hand just because I feel like it's safe. Nope, they reversed Trick Room, so we could have reversed it on them. Unfortunate. At this point, probably just have to go for that again. But I think a Hyper Voice will knock us out. I think they might Blood Moon the Farigiraf, though. Maybe we get lucky. Nope. Nope. They double into it. They actually would have lost if I had Trick Roomed. Okay, that's how it goes sometimes. We lost both 50-50s and go down hard because of it. What can we do differently? I can pretty much guarantee a Trick Room if I go into here. I think I lead this, go for Volt Switch, stop them that way. On lead. Calyrex, if I can force them to protect, that's good. I think I do need another Pokemon that isn't... probably still Farigiraf so I can protect, and then... maybe Urshifu late game. Amoonguss doesn't feel that valuable. Yep, I'm gonna Volt Switch. Oh, they're applying Fake Out Pressure, right? Yikes. Fake Out Pressure. You hate to see it. They'd probably just lock into a move here and I'd get cooked. Okay, they knock me out, but I think that's a fair trade given we get Trick Room up now. Can Surging Strike... Parting Shot, right? That feels good. Glacial Lance, rather. Flare Blitz, is that going to KO me? Probably. Probably will if they make the correct play here. Like Flare Blitz. Draco probably still KOs. So do I go for the Terrifier? Dare I? I think so. They can also U-turn, which is annoying, but I feel like I kind of have to go for my own Terra here. They don't have a great switch in for this. I think everything on their team except for their Farigiraf folds, and getting it into Helping Hand Glacial Lance range is also pretty good. So they have to go for a Terra to defensively preserve that. Yeah, we're going to knock out the Incin this turn. They U-turn though, so no reason to Terra, which is annoying, but hey, it is what it is. We'll be able to knock out the Incin later in the game with close combat if we want to. Maybe not, it'll be close. Farigiraf, eat that Glacial Lance, take a knockout, and now the offensive boost is offsetting that defense drop a little bit. Can't lie. Blood Moon comes out. We can always close combat though. Helping Hand, Hyper Voice is probably their best, but I can Surging Strike that the next turn after they take a bit of Life Orb Chip. And they give it to me. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be Helping Hand. Icicle Crash, you're not living it this time because of the attack boost. We're going to do about 75% to the Farigiraf, and they have no defensive switch in, so kind of a hard team to handle, but once you get Trick Room up and a little chip on Farigiraf, it does become manageable, especially if they've Terra'd their Incin. I guess it's not really applying that much pressure, but definitely not now. Incin's out. We're going to Helping Hand again, though. No way out. Cool. Good game. So forcing them into Draco is honestly not a bad start on the Raging Bolt. And I might try and make that happen again. Amoonguss is pretty worthless, right? It can redirect, but then they just bring in Farigiraf and redirect the Trick Room that I worked so hard to get. So probably just bring the same six, not the same six, same Pokemon. Volt Switch here. Yep. The issue is Fake Out, Terra Electric, Drift is still just very good for them. They miss a Draco, which I feel like is actually in their favor. That's kind of annoying. Oh, that's super annoying, honestly. I think Draco just knocks me out. So I needed that to miss. Or I needed that to hit, rather. We'll go here. And I think U-turn the Miraidon, just put it in range of a knockout later. And go out into my Raging Bolt. And sack that. My goal here is... because close combat is just not going to knock out Miraidon, they need to have gone for a Terra Electric in a previous turn. So I could have like Volt Switched the Incin, but I'm really just trying to chip it down into close combat in the late game if I can ever knock out this Incin. But yeah, losing the Volt Switch damage wasn't as important as I think the Calyrex dropping there. Not the Calyrex, the Raging Bolt to the Draco Meteor. Sometimes your best play against this team, which is like really gross, is you need it to actually take the damage. So that's going to take the Draco, which is good, right? Might be at a point where I can Helping Hand Draco close. Or Helping Hand... Yep, there's the Draco. I can Glacial Lance, but I won't live anything. I did need a bit of damage in Farigiraf is the problem. So we'll try and get that off. Incin's out. That's fine. I'm going to use my Terra Fire, I think. There's the foul play. I can switch out. They can't knock me out, which is cool. And I'm not going to go into Trick Room yet. I'm going to go for... should I go into Trick Room? Most likely so. Terra Fire, Glacial Lance. They'll be in range of... So they should actually be in range of a knockout. If I just go for close combat here, that should be pretty solid spot for me. How much HP is that at? I think that's Helping Hand. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to close combat the Incin. Helping Hand, knockoff. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, I'll be honest. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, truthfully. This should just be a free close combat if I want to. I could U-turn it. This Incin will fold to a U-turn. Surging Strike is probably strongest here. So that was weird. I honestly expected that to knock out, but also for them to go for foul play. I think at this point, Miraidon might just drop to Helping Hand, Terra Water, Surging Strikes. That's what I'm betting on here. And if it doesn't, I can maybe win with Calyrex. Yeah, that's what they go out to. So Adamant, Terra Water, Helping Hand is a knockout unless they have some bulk that I'm not expecting. And if they go for a switch into, I guess it'd have to be Whimsicott. That's the only thing that can live. They try and lock Discharge. It's an interesting spot, I think. So if they play this endgame optimally, they'll switch out the Miraidon this turn, go for Trick Room, bring the Miraidon back in, be threatening a knockout on Urshifu and Farigiraf with Discharge if they want to. They don't play that though. This should knock out. Yep, that'll get there. Cool. And they actually leave me the Farigiraf now. So what they should have done is actually switch into their back Pokemon. I have to imagine it's Ursaluna. That goes down, Miraidon comes in. They're threatening Discharge for a KO. Or Volt Switch or something. Anything, any electric move they can lock into and win. But if I, for example, let them take the knockout, or if I switch into my Calyrex, well, I'm trying to parse this endgame out, right? Don't make it too easy on me, because now I can just Helping Hand, or just Psyshock you. You've already Terra'd, right? Did it Terra? Let's just be sure. Yeah, they hadn't Terra'd. So we get that. So I think that endgame was actually more precarious than it looked, because if they switch in the Ursaluna, they set up Trick Room. Can I win if they hit Discharge? They knock out both my Pokemon. I can't stop that, but I get my my Calyrex in. I knock them out with Icicle Crash. So I think it becomes a bit of a mind game on if they Volt Switch Trick Room or not. So if they Electro Drift my Urshifu slot Trick Room, then if I stay in, I lose the game because Calyrex just gets Electro Drifted in the late game, or Foul Played. If I don't stay in, or if I switch out, then the Calyrex goes down, they reverse Trick Room, I Surging Strike sweep them. So it kind of becomes this like a switch out mind game, and also I can call their play by going for Trick Room, so it was very weird, but we end up clutching it out. They didn't go for the play that would have complicated it, but I do think that's kind of representative of how that's a very difficult matchup when you just when you get into those situations where you're like, all right, I just have to start sacking Pokemon and playing 50-50s. That's generally the sign of a bad matchup. Wild team. They have Imprison Trick Room though. That's bad. Spore. Smeargle also annoying. But we have safety goggles to cover for that. Snarl, Quash. So I think we do have decent tools, but the Regidrago is a concern. Like all the... Oh, cool. Playing against someone who's aware of the channel. I think they have a pretty good matchup. But it's definitely like... It's not like this is 100% in my favor. I think they have a pretty good shot here. I think I can take advantage of Amoongus's Spore and Focus Sash on lead. I think I'm going to try and do that. I also like Calyrex lead. Are they Terra Ghost or Terra Grass? No, they're not. Farigiraf could be cool for Helping Hand. They're only Terra Dragon. Yeah, I think I need that switch in, and then my last mon probably has to be something to answer the Urshifu with Taunt. Yeah, Taunt Urshifu is a bit of an issue. I think I'll probably go Raging Bolt last. Surprised people are actually recognizing the ult. I guess I do show it in the left of the screen, but yep, there's the Calyrex. So Expanding Force is probably a KO here, unfortunately. I can figure out what they're locking into though, right? and adjust based on that. So Focus Sash, Amoonguss, this is where it comes in. I can figure out what they're going to lock first. If I had Double Protect, it'd be pretty cool, but they're going to Terra Ghost. Okay. Oh yeah, they stopped Trick Room, but yeah, this is definitely fine because I can go for 2 Icicle Crashes, and I think I can live the Helping Hand. Terra Ghost, I will not live, just to be clear. Should I switch? Probably, because I'll have a Pokemon that can actually live the Terra Ghost if it comes to it. Yeah, good Imprison from them. It probably maybe should have been a double up just based on what I did, but I easily could have not attacked. So we're getting that off. If they Terra, I lose. I mean, they can't hit me, right? They have to Helping Hand, and if they do I just auto lose? Not really, because I still have the Raging Bolt, so I can maybe win that way. So I'm going to go for the Terra. Oh, no, just kidding. Yeah, I think I fold regardless if they... Nah, I just have to hope they don't... If they wake up, I need to Terra. Yeah, they don't, so we end up getting the Glacial Lance and the double boost. Yeah, so that's probably game 1. Right, this is best of 3. They have to Draco me for a KO, I have to imagine. Ooh, or Instruct. Do I just lose to Terra Dragon Instruct now? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I have a weapon for that. I can try and Trick Room, but I feel like I just fold the 2 Dragon Energies, right? Is there anything I can do about that? I think no. Yeah, I think I just lose. TBH. GG. Yeah, double Instruct. I don't... Oh, the speed drop's actually monumental. Right? No, I think I'll still be undersped. Maybe I can live the first Draco. Yeah, I think I kind of have to bank that. And Glacial Lance. They could Protect as well. That'd be a good play. Okay, oh, that knocks out anyways. And then just double Instruct. GG. Yeah, gotta figure out how to deal with that in the back. I didn't get Trick Room up, and even though I took a double knockout turn 1, I still just like got destroyed. So maybe it had to be Ursh in the back, which is interesting, but it is what it is. I can also maybe Terra Water against their... Yeah, that seems interesting. So I don't think I can just play that straight. I'm gonna run a calc on the Indeedee, but I have to imagine it can just knock me out. Them locking Expanding Force would be an issue as well. Is there any way for me to beat their Pokemon quickly? I don't think so. Maybe if they lead Smeargle Instruct, I actually probably lose with what I led that game. Yeah, because they'll take a double knockout. So I think I'm going to lead this, and then... Yeah, if I was Terra Fairy, that'd be cool, but I'm not, obviously. So what do we do about that? Yeah, that Instruct is like devastatingly difficult to deal with. Like, I'm not actually sure what to do at all. I think lead Urshifu for Farigiraf maybe, and then just go for a Terra knockout. Glacial Lance in the back if I can get Trick Room up. Yeah, they have a really, really solid team. Maybe I had to... Okay. I think I actually don't have to change the game plan that much, but it's going to be interesting. I think they have to go for Imprison again. I'm going to save a bigger mix-up for the next game, but honestly, if they get the Regidrago in at any good time, let me check the roll on that. I can just lose. Oh, I led for a Graph this time. So we locked them into expand... Oh, they were Goggles. I didn't really think about that, honestly. That's why I couldn't lead this. I needed the Glacial Lance damage. Okay, that's super bad, but I can at least Spore their Calyrex if they get that up. What was I thinking there? Yeah, they reversed Trick Room, and now they get to reverse it again. Kind of a similar issue. I don't think I can just Terra, though. Now they get a 2-turn sleep, and I lose. Or if they get any kind of good sleep, I lose. So what do we do? Glacial Lance plus Pollen Puff, I think, is a KO. Do I Terra Fire? Maybe? Yeah, I think I do need to go for that just to live the hit. Maybe Surging Strike is necessary. I don't know. I think if they... Oh, I don't Terra because I would be tearing into a weakness here. That'd be stupid. They imprison, yeah, on the Trick Room. We don't knock them out there. And now... It's kind of a weird spot. Because if I take that double KO, I probably lose. If they knock out the Amoonguss this turn. So I think my way out is actually stopping them from doing that. And switching out to Urshifu or Farigiraf. I think Farigiraf. Because I don't want to sack the Urshifu just yet. Okay, there's that. And we live the Expanding Force and they knock us out. So good KO on their part. We'll see who they have in the back. Who's safer here? If they have Urshifu, Regidrago, then I need who in back? Amoonguss. If they're slower, they'll still beat me. I think I took too much damage on the Calyrex is my issue now. Because Dragon Energy should just knock me out. Yeah. We'll go here. You turn out into the Amoonguss, and then what? Yeah, I think I still lose, though, right? I'm pretty sure I still do. Because I just don't have the bulk on the Urshifu. Who could I have had here? Regidrago doesn't get me there either, even with the Terra. U-turn. Terra Dragon, they saved it this time, so we're definitely not living anything. And that certainly seals it, right? Yeah, GG. Well played to them. I felt like I didn't have... I felt like they had a really... I feel like they had excellent tools against my team. I think it's honestly like a really solid game plan they came up with. Just like Smeargle, Regidrago, if you look at the speeds on my team, if you can just redirect the Urshifu, I don't have any offense or ability to stop that. And if they can stop Trick Room with Imprison, I never am able to like outspeed the Regidrago. So I tried to come up with a game plan and still wasn't able to execute it. It was really... I mean, if they don't wake up on the Calyrex, I'm able to get there, but I also should have just led my Calyrex again. Basically, that matchup hinges on me getting a 3-turn sleep, and that's obviously favored for them, so really well played on their part. Okay, Miraidon. We don't have weather of our own, so they will hold that. Raging Bolt with Calm Mind Terra Water's kind of sketchy. They have a lot of good defensive Terras against us, and a abundance of spread moves with the Chi-Yu that I cannot easily resist, so they can lock into Snarl. Do they have Taunt anywhere? They do not. Interesting. With that in mind, I can lead Urshifu with this. You turn out into something. Terra Fire. Raging Bolt might be good. I can stuff their terrain. Yeah, I'll go with these guys. Yep, so that's what we expected. I can actually just clear out the Flutter and Terra Fire if I want to. If they want to Terra the Chi-Yu, that's fine. I think they have to get a Dark Pulse flinch here. Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse. Would that knock me out? Yeah, this was a mistake because if I at least hit the Chi-Yu, I knock it into range of a knockout next turn. I can close combat that. Probably not a good play. Let's not mess around. Let's get Spore Pressure on the field. Yep, they double in there, so we can freely Spore that, and if they go for Terra Fire, that's honestly okay with me. Yeah, I could have gone close combat spore into the Groudon and read that, but they actually don't even KO with collision course, so nice. That's good for me. I'm gonna close combat the Chi-Yu, although maybe a little safer of a play is Pollen Puff Glacial Lance, just to cover for them not protecting the Groudon. Yeah, and they don't, so. Glacial Lance is actually a roll, not to knock out, and we don't get it. So they Flare Blitz, knock themselves out, but we messed that up pretty bad. So who comes in here? Worst case is Rillaboom, everything else is fine because we have Terra still. Flutter's okay, we can Spore that, and Thunderbolt that. Yep. So we don't have Sun, but neither do they, which means we always knock them out with Surging Strike. Meaning, Raging Bolt is... Oh, we're Terra Water though. That's so unfortunate. Okay. That's so unfortunate. Okay. Can we still win if we sacrifice our Terra then? They can go for Dazzling Gleam. It'll knock us out. Okay. They're Calm Mind, Thunderclap. Calm Mind, Thunderclap. That should beat us, I believe. Honestly. Dazzling Gleam. They go for Calm Mind here. I'm not really seeing the win. Here. I think it's probably... Oh, I've already Terra'd. No, I lose here for sure. Yep, I sack that to try and get Thunderclap in, but because they go for that, we should just lose. Yeah, I made some bad reads this game on their defensive play in Trick Room, and if I had just gone for the obvious stuff, I think we win. So we'll set timer, but I'm pretty sure we lost. Thunderclap actually KOs. Okay. If we crit a Draco, we could win. They're faster. Good to know. We'll actually underspeed them in Trick Room. Let me verify. Yeah, they outsped twice, so that should be pretty consistent. I think I'm going to go for that same thing. That felt pretty consistent to me, especially since Shadow Ball Dark Pulse is revealed not to be a knockout into me. I can U-turn pretty safely, break their Sash, or just knock their Chi-Yu into range of 2 Glacial Lances, or do it for the Flutter, essentially. Amoonguss in the back felt pretty good, and then last Mon... what could I have won that game with? Not Incin, even. Farigiraf doesn't get me there. I think it was the right Pokemon I just misplayed. That's A-okay with me. This is still Trick Room. Farigiraf, I think. They can Fake Out, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. They give me Chi-Yu, so very little damage this turn. And now they can go for Calm Mind, but I have Rillaboom, so that's fine. Or I have Amoonguss, which this Amoonguss just kind of messes up Raging Bolt. Calm Mind, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I can kind of safely still go for this, right? This will knock out Rillaboom. If they switch, they get knocked out themselves. If they don't, doesn't matter. Yeah, this is pretty safe, in my opinion. They protect. We knock out with Glacial Lance. Flutter Mane comes out. We knock this out with Glacial Lance, Spore. Or we don't knock it out, but we cover for it. Terastallizing with that, and now they surely cannot win, I'd say. Well, Thunderclap makes things maybe tricky. Very unlikely for them to win, but I think with Thunderclap, if I misplay and get my Urshifu in with no protection, I could lose. Or my Raging Bolt, I guess, but it should have been fine. I kind of want to run it back. That felt good. They didn't even see my back Pokemon. They lead that. We saw that didn't knock me out, though. So, not entirely sure what they're going for. They can Flame Charge me, attack. This should be fine, no? Should I go Coaching? I could go Coaching. Survive their collision course 100% of the time. As long as I don't get crit. How much does Chi-Yu take? From a Raging Bolt attack. Raging Bolt's Thunderclap in Sun does... What is this, choice specs? Does a lot. After U-turn, I might get there. I'm gonna go for that. Since they don't have Swords Dance, this is like pretty hard to punish. And they go for Heat Wave, so they do not. Now this is pretty safe. Thunderclap. They've gone for Heat Wave, so they don't have a knockout. Collision Course might knock me out, but if they do, they give me a Amoonguss switch, which is a-okay. Rillaboom out, that's totally fine. We lose the Thunderclap, but that's, yeah, like I say, all good. We go here, we switch out into Amoonguss. If they go for the Terra, that's fine. So Chi-Yu is probably not in range of... Yeah, I need to get to plus... I need another boost to beat the Chi-Yu. They're going for that, they go for Collision Course, fine. That's got to be Terra Fire, I think. If they do that, are they cooked? Kind of. Yeah, I think they need to preserve their Terra on the Miraidon. Okay, we're doing enough damage now. With the Glacial Lances, we actually chipped them just enough with U-turn, so that was perfect. Even though we didn't get the Thunderclap, we got them with the following up on the Glacial Lance. And that's kind of the focus of this kind of team, is just go for just get early damage and then pivot if it's turn 2, get to Trick Room, or later in the battle, just get everything in range for this combo right here. So that's cool. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff. They've burned their Sun, so their damage output is actually pretty limited now, and they can't stop Trick Room again. So I will sack the Raging Bolt, no reason to keep it around, and we'll hold on to the Lando. Flare Blitz knocks me out, so yeah, and they forfeit. So we have Amoonguss in Trick Room. That is really the focus of these kinds of teams, is just get the... If a team does not have a good Amoonguss matchup, they lose to the Calyrex. They lose to it in Trick Room, essentially. No safety goggles, limited taunts. We just get to spore their cute Terra, defensive Terras on hyper offense and go from there. So good game to them. I think that was a really good showcase for this team's ability to go into Trick Room and just like leverage Amoonguss almost as a sweeper to make your opponent have very limited options. Okay, last one. We're just on the edge of 17 or 1576, so I'll check that now. But yeah, this is going to be the last one. I'm going to try and level up. It's been a long ladder session. We're just one below. Been trying to get back up to top 50 or top 100 on the ladder. I think I was just below, and then Decay ticked me back under. It's been kind of tough with this team. I feel like it loses to a lot of the hyper offensive teams on the ladder right now, but I think this team is kind of up. Not so bad. Taunt and Sin's a little annoying, but Ice Beam, Terra Starstorm, Terapagos is pretty wild. Okay. They got a lot of tools. Comfey as well. Okay. Fairy Feather. They're going crazy, man. So what's cool is I can block all their damage with Farigiraf, I believe. I can block any Fake Out and deal with them that way. That seems very tempting. Amoonguss also quite strong. Safety Goggles, if I can knock that off, that's good. But I'm going to make good advantage of the fast Incineroar here. They're Covert Cloak, so I cannot actually Snarl them or anything like that. Or even Clear Smog them, most notably. So gotta be on edge against that. They're knockoff, so they can knock off my item, which is unfortunate, obviously. I think I'll go with this. Rocky Helmet's annoying, but I'm probably just going to pivot around with U-turn. Amoonguss probably has to come just defensively. And then I think I'll go Calyrex. The Fake Out is going to be a little annoying, but got to deal with it. So our Ensign is moving first. Kind of not a huge surprise, but we can Fake Out, force a Terra Shell Break. Their best play would be like Fake Out Protect or something, which would be kind of crazy, but possible. Maybe I just go Fake Out U-turn. What are the odds they go for that? Fake Out U-turn, probably safer for me. Yeah, because this breaks their Sash. This is good. Boom. Big break. Into Calyrex we go. because I do not want to get taunted. Yep, there's the Calm Mind. Oh, their Covert Cloak. I'm silly. I mean, I fake out of the Incineroar, but yeah, I couldn't have gone for that the previous turn anyways. The damage they're threatening to me is not that substantial, I gotta say. If I Parting Shot first, I'm in a good spot. So, who are they going to pivot out into? I like Trick Room switch here. Or Close Combat. I'll probably just Close Combat. I feel like Trick Room is too obvious. Yeah, and this is where the Fast Incin comes in handy. We get that switch out, and I'm not going to eat a neutral Terra Starstorm there. They're going to go for Taunt as I Trick Room, and I Close Combat them, so... No, sir, not for you. They can taunt me now, which is annoying for sure. And they still get the Starstorm. Chugging along. I can see Amoonguss plus Urshifu closing for me here, given they don't have Electro Web, so I'm going to try and pivot to get to that position, I think. And Clear Smog actually won't work on them. But I can Flare Blitz them, yeah? I'm going to heal up any damage they do to me. Yep, they're going for Stellar Terra, doing a big chunk of damage. And we heal it all back. Yeah, they crit the Flare Blitz, which is annoying, but like I said, we got that off, so we're kind of chilling. In spite of it all. So we can Close Combat that anytime we want to. And this is actually a Fake Out Spore if I want it. Which I think I will go for. Yeah, and they give it to me. Oh, they have Ice Beam. Ah, I forgot about that. Regardless, we can go for a Close Combat Parting Shot. Feels good. Like, they can switch into Comfey. This doesn't matter. Machagacha doesn't matter. That damage doesn't matter. Should I? Probably should just Parting Shot. Knockoff isn't an issue. Yep, Comfey out. But we get Calyrex in exchange, which means they've already Terra'd. We get free Trick Room Incin here, I think. They can Taunt. Not an issue. We're going to Glacial Lance. Yeah, so they're playing well. They know to switch there. They know they're locked. Not just going to give me that for free, but maybe they could have traded, but we're not letting them taunt us. We're getting the... okay, big Volt Switch damage, but we get a Glacial Lance KO. Going to be hard for them at this point, given we have the Fast Incin. Yeah. Because we can just go for this, Glacial Lance, it 1-hit KO, it maybe gets close to knocking out, and we're actually faster than their Raging Bolt. It's min speed Raging Bolt? Oh no, they Dracoed. Okay, fair enough. Not an issue. We can just knock off you and lock with Close Combat. So yeah, they forfeit, they see the writing on the wall, but that could have been tricky. So Taunt was an issue, didn't end up being that big of one, but it could have been. I think Urshifu was correct, along with Fast Incin. I'm going to keep leveraging those. I don't really see a huge reason to switch. We might see a differentiation in how they choose to play it. But I still feel pretty good about how that game was played on my behalf. I'm going to U-turn. That's not necessary. I can U-turn, break their Sash. Go to Amoonguss. Machagacha, Life Dew, none of that matters. I can knock off pretty safely. And now they're threatening with Ice Beam, I guess. But not really Machagacha. Now we can Clear Smog them or Spore them. I think I will just go for... This is probably Switch, right? Switch on the Incin slot. If they do that, am I in trouble? They definitely gain some ground. Amoonguss, one. I think I'll live. I'll live one. So if they give me that, I'll take it and I'll Parting Shot the Machagacha. Yeah, there's Incin. So yep, they protect, but we catch them on the switch, and now we are threatening a Spore or a Close Combat into them. Should I go for a Calyrex CC, or Terapagos CC. I think losing the Scarf if they make a read on knockoff is fine for me here, so I'm going to go for the Spore and the Close Combat. They Stellar Terra, they'll probably live this, but... Oh, they don't even knock out, and we get the Spore on both? You love to see it. I'm actually surprised that didn't knock out, truthfully, but hey, I'll take it for sure. At this point, I can pretty safely go here. Yeah, just get Fake Out pressure on the board and Close Combat. Finish that knockout. Yep, they try to heal themselves, which would have been smart if I close combated the Sinistra, because I wouldn't have had a KO next turn, but we get them. I think if both of us get knocked out there, it's still not the end of the world, because I can fairly safely go for Fake Out. I don't know, I feel like I can still win with Fake Out Trick Room if I read their protects correctly still, but the Sinistra healing might have tripped me up. I don't know though, I feel pretty good about that. That game. Not over yet, of course, but it's looking very close to it. I think I can Parting Shot you. Switch is pretty safe. They can set up Trick Room. Am I worried about that with Raging Bolt? Maybe. If I lose the Amoonguss, perhaps. Yeah, I figured they wouldn't. I've been switching around, playing pretty aggressive on all game, like predictive, so I just take the damage on the Incin. At this point, they would need to burn me to win on the Calyrex, so I'm not going to give them that. Yeah, they go for it, don't get it. Now we go in here, we switch, we Terrafire, and we Glacial Lance, and there's not a whole lot they can do about that at this point. Yeah, so I feel like these sort of pivoty teams with the Calm Mind sets can really just get overwhelmed by any Amoonguss. Feels like it's pretty strong generally against it. Urshifu, Incineroar, it's, you know, it's as if that's the most common core in the metagame on every like really solid team. It has those options. And this one also happens to have Clear Smog, and we didn't even leverage it to our advantage. We didn't have to go in Trick Room. They had Taunt, they had all that stuff, but I guess the Taunt Incin could have been a problem if we weren't Clear Smog, because they could taunt our Amoonguss, so we couldn't Spore them, but I don't know. I feel like the damage ramping on these teams are pretty poor, and we kind of showed it here where even with their most offensive Pokemon on the board, at the Calm Mind boost, they were able to get that up. They tanked the Close Combat, they healed just enough, and they still weren't able to net the knockouts against like no bulk at Urshifu that really needs to be taking a knockout. So hope you guys enjoyed these battles. We were able to climb to the top 100 on the ladder, 1587. Let's see where we ended up. We are about 90, 91, right above Tragedy of Hiatus. Good to see. I have the team in the description if you want to try it for yourself. And yeah, with all that being said, peace, y'all.